Hello, welcome to episode 115 of the Next Report. Um, I'm Thomas, and I'm flying solo today because uh, mainly one reason. It's because I work at a local tax preparer business part time during tax season. I don't actually e-file anything. I'm just there. I wear multiple hats there. I do some of their computer work. Should something go wrong, I have to go fix it, um, or try to fix it to the best of my ability. I answer the phone, help schedule appointments. While the other secretaries are away at lunch, or if they have to be off or whatever. And I'm a glorified proofreader, making sure that stuff was entered into the computer correctly, those sorts of things. Um, to kind of make workflow for the business owner a lot easier because it's a small mom and pop shop. So, and because the 15th fell on a Saturday, um, the deadline is Tuesday. Um, Normally it would be Monday in this case, but I think today is a holiday as well. So that's probably why it's also on the deadline's Tuesday. So, um, but with that said, tonight I'm going to be helping finish up because I won't be there tomorrow because of other obligations in life at the moment. But I'll be there Tuesday to help them kind of finish up a little bit. And it's that last minute rush. Generally, what happens is, it picks up for a lot of people who want to, do the filing and get it over with, get their refund or whatever. The ones who owe money are likely to show up later. Makes sense, right? um, and also people who waited until the last minute. So there's the whole, it picks up steam, and then right around, end of February, early March, it just kind of levels off for a while, and then it kind of picks back up again towards the end. I've been learning quite a bit about that, and that'll help me down the road add to my skill set. But I owe you all an update on what's going on as well. I haven't been posting a lot on the website, and I should have been. But that's going to change starting now. Every Friday, there's going to be kind of a weekly roundup, wrap up, whatever you want to call it, for those who are way too busy throughout the week, and they'll be able to catch up on some stuff they may have missed, some cool stuff. Later on, I may allow for submissions for the end of the week. It may make it there, who knows? But for now, it's going to be kind of a weekly thing, and each weekday, like, I may make some exceptions from Saturdays and Sundays, but for the most part it'll be a Monday through Friday kind of thing, where on Friday, hey, here's some cool stuff that happened throughout the week kind of thing. It's more kind of curating and aggregating some content, but put something on there so that we can keep the ball rolling, so to speak, because the less content that's posted, the less views that a site has. And I may be changing some of the stuff up on Patreon as well, because maybe some better equipment would be more appropriate per se before even thinking about upgrading hosting. The hosting stuff, it's sufficient for the time being. So the one thing that I'm going to be doing is working on that. And pardon me for a second, I'm getting a little bit parched here. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. The idea with the podcast in the future is to have more than just me hosting the show. Like say there's a specialized topic that Curtis can really tell people about. He can follow the tutorial I wrote on how to put something on YouTube and say, hey, could you pull this down, put it in an episode? Absolutely. And go from there. That way it helps, it helps all of us kind of rotate around, accommodate schedules, because obviously we all don't have the same schedule. Plus, it would make things a little bit more, it keeps things fresh. And I think things kind of stagnated a little bit, which kind of made it hard. We're racking our brains and going, what in the hell? But good news on that one is Stephen Kelly may be able to join us a little bit more often, because he's moving to a new place of residence. It's going to be more on a permanent basis. And from the looks of it, it's going to have a lot of room to do a lot of stuff with. So it's exciting. Anyway, where I'm at right now is, 0 on Patreons. And that's okay, because that one was the blame or the responsibility is squarely on my shoulders on that one. And I'm not pushing Patreon really hard right now, because if we don't have the content, there's no sense in pushing that too hard. It will be pushed a little bit more, or promoted a little bit more rather, as more content comes out in the future. The thing of it is, if you build it, they will come. You remember the movie reference for that one, or if you know the movie reference to that one, Field of Dreams. If you build, this ball field, out in the middle of, corn, where it's surrounded by a cornfield, they will come. The ghosts of Major League Ball players from the past came, and everything else. But if you don't build it, they won't come. So now it's the time to start building it. And part of the building better content is, getting some better equipment. And speaking of equipment, I'm going to actually start going through some stuff and getting rid of it, selling it off, because I've come to understand and realize that, well, you know what? I probably do not need all of this stuff that I have at the moment. So we'll see what happens down the road. But for the time being, I need to figure out what to do and everything else regarding a lot of this stuff. Because I'm finding that as I get more and more busy, I'm going to be fairly busy over the summer as well. I'm going to need to just get, systems that just plain work, and I don't have to fight with them. If I get a dedicated studio space to where it's not, studio / living quarters / whatever, that'll be all fine and dandy. But the idea is to work towards that first. And when I do that and I get to that good spot and have that dedicated studio / lab to where I can actually test some stuff out, I will most definitely do that. But for now, I need to work with what I've got. I've got a couple of Quadro cards that are old, but they may still work, but I have no idea if they still work. There's a system I bought off somebody that I'm just going to probably part out and sell off to people and say, hey, and find people to test to make sure they work, and be like, if you just sell them off and everything else. And and give away and all of that. And that way I know that, that stuff's being put to use. Because I'll put it to you this way: I'm recording this off of the Meerkat 2 from System 76, and so far everything's working really well off of this thing. And basically it's a matter of I don't have time, and that's the thing. That's part of the thing, is I don't have time to deal with a lot of this stuff. And so it's just going to be one of those things where I'm like, we'll see. But in the meantime, that's where I'm at right now. And I wanted to give you all a heads up as to what's going on, because truthfully, I do need a podcast episode coming out on Tuesday, and this will pretty much be it. At some point, I want to use YouTube as well for more how-to content, things like that, and going, this is how you can do this and that and the other thing, and do it in such a way that you know, how do I describe it? Doing it in such a way to where, it can get a lot of people interested, but not get you pulled down. Because I think some of their algorithms, people, summarize other people's YouTube content and they go, hey, here's what they had to say. And I'm going to look into maybe trying to set up Open Broadcast Studio and see how that can work and all of that. I don't know yet, because using OBS, I know that other people have used it successfully in the past. Hangouts has been mainly easier because it's worked really well over the years. But at some point, other options will need to be available, because not everybody uses Hangouts. I want more guests on the show, and maybe they're like, I'm not comfortable being on Google Hangouts. Well, we'll need to figure that out. So, bearing all that in mind, because the moment that this thing right here that I'm doing right now, the moment that, and I'm going to be honest with you, Shaggy, one of my co-hosts, he's amazing. He just enjoys doing this. And that's where he's at. He just loves doing this and talking about this stuff. And the cool part is, if I can make a living off of this, that means that I can, my career of sorts is doing something I enjoy every day, and I'm working towards that. And since I'm working towards that, I may be working on some other things, and I may be freelancing whatever I have to do to get myself into a better position to be able to pull this off. But it's one of those things where you got to pursue your dreams and not give up on them. And I've been slacking, and I'm trying to pick things back up, and eventually you may not even notice these monitors on this desk, or this desk over here. I haven't decided if I'm going to move it yet or not, because I've got to rearrange up here, but we'll see what happens. And when all of that takes place, and I get things more situated, then things will start getting better. But I wanted to let you all know what's going on. There will be more content coming as the ball gets rolling more and more, and I have more and more stuff to write about and post about and everything else. I may just have more scheduled posts and on the website, and then bam, there it is. And as you see that, you'll notice that more content's on there and all that good stuff. Because the more content you have, the more visitors you get, and then from there, branch out and have more people write for the website. So that's where I'm at right now. and we'll see what happens. So for now, entertain yourself, educate yourself, empower yourself. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Some people are celebrating Easter, but regardless, I want you all to have a wonderful day and have a wonderful week. And I'll see you all next week.